going to start off with the parts of the instrument. So that's the first key concept that I want you to concentrate on. So there's only really three key parts of the instrument. There's going to be your handle, your shank, and your working end. It doesn't matter if you have a scaler or if you have a curette, those three same areas are on each instrument. Okay? The handle is going to be just the part that you hang on to. It can be different sizes, it can have different ribbing on it, but really what you want to make sure is that it's big enough that you're not going to have a pinch grip and have to grasp the instrument tightly. The next two areas, the shaft and the working end, are the most important when we're talking about instrumentation. The shaft is just going to be this metal piece that extends from the handle to the working end. That working end is going to be the face or the toe of the instrument. I'm going to be able to turn that. When you're talking about shanks, a lot of times we'll say have the shank parallel to the long axis of the tooth. There's simple shanks and there's complex shanks. A complex shank, the shank is still the shank. It's the part of the instrument that extends from the handle to the working end. The only difference in a complex shank is that it bends in more than one plane. So here you can see an example of a simple shank with only one bend and a complex shank that has more than one bend. The most important part, the complex shank, I guess, there's going to be two parts of the shank. There's going to be your functional shank, which is the entire shank width, and then there's going to be your terminal shank. And the terminal shank is that last bend or the last area before the working end. So that terminal shank is the one that's going to actually help you adapt your instrument to the tooth. It's going to get you in the correct placement of the instrument onto the tooth. Okay? The working end on these instruments, the toe area here, the toe third. When we talk about the toe is this is the face, and the very end of it is your toe. The toe third is the most important part. That's the part that you want to keep adapted to the tooth. In a scaler, you're going to see that it's got a tip to it. So on a curette, it's going to be referred to as a toe. On a scaler, it's going to be referred to as a tip. But either one, it's the toe or tip third that we're talking about for being able to adapt to the tooth surface.